皆様こんにちは。ドジャース翻訳放送局です。クリーブランドで打線が爆発、スタメン全員安打で9点を叩き出し、ガーディアンズを圧倒しました。大谷翔平選手はメジャー最多となる20号ホームランで3試合連続弾、反対方向への362フィートの一撃は圧巻でした。マイケル・コンフォート選手が苦しい52日間を乗り越えてのホームランを含む2安打の大活躍。マックスマンシーも終盤に決勝のスリーランホームランで試合を決定づけました。ダスティン・メイ投手は5回9奪三振の力投で今季3勝目。ドジャースが9対5で2連勝です。試合後の現地放送を翻訳してお届けいたします。
Hello, welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers. John Hartung here alongside Jerry Hairston Jr., Nomar Garciaparra. Another really good night for the Dodgers in Cleveland. The offense, 3 more home runs. They scored 9 runs in this game, Jerry. And Dustin May, outside of that one pitch in the 4th inning, he was outstanding for 5 innings and punched out 9, getting the win.
He wants that pitch back. I know it was the 3-run bomb, but outside that, he was outstanding. I love that he kept the ball down. Great movement on his pitches. Our offense, once again, carrying it away. 3 bombs. Shohei Ohtani. Everybody's still shaking their head. Oppo Taco.
I'll tell you, it was a great performance by Dustin May. He looked really good. You know, we thought maybe he can go out there for another inning. You know, we were talking about extending some of these guys, so it would have been nice to maybe see him give him one more inning, help that bullpen out. But nonetheless, after that home run, the pitching staff did an excellent job. They retired 14 guys in a row, including Dustin May and the bullpen, some of the guys coming in. And then the offensive side, they did their job. Every single guy got a hit in that lineup. That's really good to see.
Back-to-back wins for the Dodgers in Cleveland. And how about Michael Conforto? Hits his first home run since April 5th. And right now he's standing by at Progressive Field with Kirsten Watson.
Michael, a 2-hit game, including a home run. We saw your huge smile, the support from your teammates just to get the results. There's been a lot of hard hits as of late, but to get the results, how encouraging and rewarding was that for you?
Well, it felt great to see one go over the wall. It's been a while. Yeah, and I think the reaction for me and the reaction for me and my teammates, you know, they've had my back this whole time. It's been a rough go for the past month or so, and you know, they've been with me the whole time. So just trying to keep me in good spirits, and you know, I love those guys. So it's been fun to see their reactions.
We've seen a lot of hard contact from you. Is this something, these results are just something that you've been kind of sticking to your approach, or were you tinkering with a few things to get the results today?
I've been making adjustments. You know, I think the at-bats have been getting better. There's still some work to do, but you know, seeing the ball come off a little bit hotter, you know, spitting on some pitches and swinging at some pitches that I should be swinging at, you know, and getting on base a little bit more. I mean, those are all the things that I need to do, and what I'm going to continue to try to do.
It's now back-to-back wins, but they've really been 2 complete games and 2 complete wins, whether it's hits up and down the lineup, the pitching. How does it feel just getting back to Dodgers baseball with these 2 wins?
I mean, yeah, just like you said, I mean, we're playing really well out here in Cleveland. You know, from the pitching, from the starting pitching, the bullpen, playing defense, timely hitting, and then obviously, you know, this lineup's going to slug a little bit, and you know, so that's kind of the way we're going to, you know, try to continue to play and try to continue to keep getting back to.
All right, well, hopefully with this result today, you can kind of maybe unlock something. Michael, congrats on the win, and keep it going.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good to see a smile on the face of Michael Conforto. This is a guy that hit 33 home runs in one season with the Mets 6 years ago. And Nomar, he admitted it's been a rough go for him this season. But then he has that base hit through the shifted left side of the infield, follows that with a home run. Hopefully, this is the start of something good.
You know, as a player and then as a teammate, where you see your former seeing your teammates struggle, you're just going, man, have that one fall or maybe that one swing, because you know it can, all of a sudden that one swing can get things back on track.
Yeah.
Got that one little knock going the other way, you know, and you're in the dugout, you're so excited and happy for him, because you're going, man, how many balls has he hit hard right at a guy, and thinking that was the swing, that, you know, and telling yourself, all right, listen, I know it wasn't a positive result, but I swung well. And then finally getting the home run. And then that also, you know, your teammates, you're so excited for him. He was talking about the reaction of his teammates and how it felt. So hopefully this gets his confidence, and hopefully he can keep it going.
Absolutely. I love the fact he stayed on top of a ball the other way to get that knock, give him a chance. But then staying back on that baseball, getting extended. That's what we want to see from Michael Conforto, to get extended, because he is a strong dude. You mentioned over 30 bombs in a season. Hopefully that continues. Great guy, continues to work extremely hard. And like you mentioned, his teammates continue to have his back. Need to hit for him to get hot.
Well, Max Muncy is another guy's had multiple 30-homer seasons, Jerry, and tonight he went deep for the 4th time. It took him a long time to get that first home run of the year. Now the power and the hits are starting to gather for him.
Yeah, I love another multi-hit game for Max Muncy, and he knew it right away, a no-doubter. And we needed this home run, 3-run bomb to extend the lead. You never know what could happen in the bottom of the 9th inning. Love the fact that he stays on top. Look at that top hand finish. Better angle right there. Gets extended. 3-run bomb, Max Muncy. Once again, we need each and every one of these guys. Once again, in order to be that championship team, 1 through 9, as well as the bench, has to be productive. Max Muncy looked really good tonight.
Yeah, it's really good when Max Muncy starts producing that way and getting multiple hits. You know, we know he draw a walk. We know he's got a good eye and that he walks. And then sometimes when he may be struggling, he's thinking more walk than getting hits. I think the walks end up becoming a byproduct when he is driving the ball out of the ballpark, when he is getting those hits. Now all of a sudden you're putting the pressure on the team and they're trying to be so fine with their pitches because they know they make a mistake, he can do damage. And that's when he ends up being really patient and then really honing in and taking those walks. So it's really good to see that the power's there. Hopefully this continues as well.
It was also good to see because he had a couple of other at-bats, Nomar, where he was yelling after he missed a couple of pitches and he popped them up or flew out, and then he finally got that one later on.
Yeah, he missed a couple of pitches where he pops up and he's frustrated, and he knows when you see that ball is over the plate, like that's a ball you should be able to do damage on. So you get really frustrated with yourself. You're going, really, is this happening? There's another one as well where you're just so upset. Those balls over the middle of the plate, yeah, they're off speed, they're breaking ball, but then you finally get one that's up in the zone, and then you're able to do that with it. So he's probably going, man, I had a couple I should have really done damage, and I finally get one. That is also very rewarding as a player when you're like, man, I got to make that little adjustment. I'm not going to pop up a 3rd time. You're telling yourself, like, I'm going to get through the ball, and he did.
Yeah, listen, he's not disrespecting the pitcher because the pitcher sees the pitch he threw. You get very few mistakes in an at-bat. You got to be able to capitalize and put it hard in play. He didn't do that. His last setback, got a pitch he can drive. He didn't miss that one.
All right, Dodgers win at 9-5 over the Guardians. Let's head back to the booth in Cleveland. Check in one final time with Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser.
Dodgers hit 3 home runs in this game. They get another good start. Dustin May, 5 innings, 9 Ks, and they've won this series.
Yeah, you know what? The difference in the game is the 2-out RBIs. Ohtani, Edman gets a single. Ohtani goes deep. Muncy hits the 3-run job at the end to give him some breathing room, but those 5 2-out RBIs were huge.
And Clayton Kershaw, hopefully rain permitting, tomorrow.
Yeah, it'd be great. He's going to be a breaking ball pitcher, right? And the Guardians have not hit the breaking ball well at all. We saw that with Dustin May. We saw it with Kasparius. We saw it with Dreyer. Go and have a good breaking ball tomorrow, Clayton, and have a good outing.
And maybe go for the sweep. Dodgers Guardians wrap up this series 1:10 local time, 10:10 LA time. Weather not looking good, rain throughout the day, so hopefully at some point the game gets played.
All right, thanks, guys. Going back to 2003, the start of interleague play for the Dodgers, they are 9-2 all-time there in Cleveland. Let's show you how they got it done on this Tuesday night with Dustin May trying to continue the momentum of his last start against Arizona. Stephen Kwan singled and is thrown out by Dalton Rushing after the Dodgers challenge.
We know Dalton Rushing can swing the bat. Really good arm strength out there on a dime to Mookie Betts, who applies the tag.
Kwan, first time he's been thrown out trying to steal this year. Jose Ramirez, and it's a strikeout after a long at-bat.
Long at bat, but Dustin May still makes a pitch, get the swing and miss.
Top 2, Max Muncy at first for Andy Pages. Muncy, Jerry, give us a me. Standing up, stolen base.
Love to see Max Muncy. He's got the wheels. He's going to be using these wheels right now.
And then Andy Pages delivers a base hit, and Muncy's going to score to make it 1-0.
Don't always have to hit it hard, just have to have good placement right there, but he stays on that ball. Even though it just maybe kind of ran in on him more than he thought, but you see where he's head down and threw the ball rather than pulling off of the ball, and he gets rewarded.
Chin in the pocket, chin in the pocket.
Then we heard from Michael Conforto in his first at-bat of the game. Finds a hole on that left side.
Talking about staying on the ball right there. Great top hand, hits it hard on the ground, giving yourself a chance. Base hit, Conforto. Great base running. Pages, 1st and 3rd, Dodgers in business.
Dalton Rushing getting the start behind the plates, and he's going to deliver an RBI knock.
Good job going right back up the middle with that pitch. See the hands slightly stay inside that ball.
Looks like this was going to be a monster inning for the Dodgers. Still nobody out after this RBI base hit by Rushing makes it 2-0.
Really good swing. Gets an 0-2 pitch right down the middle.
But Tommy Edman hits one to second. They get the tag on Rushing, and that's a double play.
Rushing, you have to be able to stop. You got to make sure you get past him. At this point, you stop or even run over the second baseman if he's in the baseline. You have every right to do that, a la Albert Bell back in the day.
No, you don't.
Shohei intentionally walks. Mookie Betts walks. So they're loaded for Freddie Freeman. He goes down swinging. Tanner Bybee able to limit the damage. Back to Dustin May. Kyle Manzardo swinging.
Movement on that pitch. 96 running away. Talk about filthy. Mercy.
So he gets the punch out there. And then Daniel Schneemann looking. Take that call.
Really impressive to be able to get the back door on that breaking ball.
And then a swing and a miss. Bouncing off the mound. He's feeling good tonight.
Feeling froggy, as the kids say.
Top of the fourth. 2 outs, and this is why you guys like Tommy Edman batting ninth right in front of Shohei, because a 2-out knock.
Yep.
It's going to give Shohei a chance.
First pitch fastball. Punting that pitch, does not miss it. Little 2-out action coming up.
And then Nomar, Shohei going oppo, and he knew it.
He
I
did.
think everybody in Cleveland was shocked.
Well, the way he stayed back on this breaking ball, too. You know, not out in front, sits back on it, and goes the other way. Just driving that ball. Man, yeah, he's flexing.
Major League leading 20th of the year, 4-0 Dodgers. But in the bottom of the fourth, it's Ramirez extending his hitting streak to 20 games.
He's a really, really good player.
Carlos Santana is up there with Ramirez on second. That is ball 4. And it brings up Schneemann with 1 out, 2 on. And the former 33rd round pick out of BYU hits a 3-run shot.
The one mistake that Dustin May had in this game, that was it, especially on a 1-0.
Yeah.
You know, you're 1-0, gets behind, you're as a hitter, you're kind of selling out. You're almost acting like it's a 2-0 pick right there. You're like, if he gives it to me, and he does damage.
This ball gets to the wall. Good extension here. It was carrying the right. You mentioned at the start of the series, Nomar, it carries the right field. I saw it right there.
Teoscar right there up against the wall. Dustin May, a sigh of relief. But in the 5th inning, Nomar, he was back to looking nasty.
It looked really good. You know, he knew, okay, you have that hiccup in the 1 inning, you give up that, you make up the mistake, you give up a 3-run home run, but then you got to understand that, listen, my stuff is still there. And then he showed it that inning. I mean, once again, backdoor with the breaking ball, had some movement with the fastball, was attacking the hitters. Great job.
6th inning, Michael Conforto. We heard from him moments ago, and this ball is hit a long way for a home run to make it 5-3.
It's a 3-2 fastball center cut. He does not miss it. Short, compact, explosive swing. Gets extended. Everybody, all smiles.
A little bit of breathing room, making it 5-3. Bottom 7, Ben Kasperius continues to be impressive out of that bullpen.
Look at the breaking ball. Late break.
Nolan Jones, same result. Heat that time at 97. Blows him away. Let's go to the 8th inning. Teoscar Hernandez leads things off. Dunks one into left for his 2nd hit of the game.
Once again, good placement.
Max Muncy follows that with an infield single.
Muntz using those legs today. Stolen base, scoring from second, infield knock.
Do a cold plunge after the game.
Andy Paez, he delivers. Base hit to center.
Oops.
Angel Martinez overruns it. Score 6-3.
Love the approach here of Paez. Earlier we saw him go the other way here, staying through the ball up the middle.
After Conforto walked, Dalton Rushing strikes out. And this is when you were thinking the Dodgers need to pile on the runs.
Yes.
Bases loaded. Tommy Edman softly to second. That's a double play.
Can't get double up there on a line drive, especially with Shohei Ohtani on deck.
The Dodgers waste another opportunity
on the line drive
to put up a crooked number.
Yep.
Mookie Betts, though, in the top of the ninth. It's a shot. It's a loud single off the wall.
Love that swing on a fastball. Always good to see Mookie Betts cover a fastball with that top hand. Great finish there. Rocket to left.
So the Dodgers have 2 on. At first and third, no outs. It's first and third, 2 outs. And Max Muncy finally seals it for the Dodgers.
A fastball up in the zone. Hitting the barrel to it.
Maximus, are you not entertained? Knew right away. Great swing.
3-run shot. Dodgers win it for the second straight nights over the Guardians. 9-5 the final in this one. They are now 34-21. Dustin May gets his 3rd win. Allowed 3 runs in his 5 innings. Season high, 9 strikeouts. Max Muncy goes 2 for 4, his 4th home run, 3 RBIs, even stole a base in this game. Shohei Ohtani 1 for 3 with his 20th homer, and Michael Conforto 2 for 3 with his 3rd home run of the season. Here's what's ahead on the schedule. You've got Getaway Day in Cleveland tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. start time, Jerry. Weather permitting, it means we're on at 9:30.
Got it.
Then the Dodgers come home for a World Series rematch this weekend with the Yankees. All of those on national TV. Monday, the Dodgers return the favor with the Mets. It'll be a 4-game NLCS rematch. Shohei Ohtani becomes the major's first player to reach 20 home runs this season. Also earns a place in franchise history. More reaction coming up after the Dodgers beat the Guardians 9-5. Access Sportsnet Dodgers is brought to you by Farxiga. Ask your doctor about Farxiga. Yeah, cue the music. Because the Dodgers had 13 strikeouts tonight. Jay Hare's going to go tomorrow to Jack in the Box. He's going to get a free Jumbo Jack, just like all of you can, with the purchase of a large drink only at LA area restaurants. Today it was Dustin May carrying the load. He had 9 of those 13 strikeouts. Also picked up his 3rd win of the season. Let's hear from Code Red with Kirsten and the media.
Dustin, you were cruising along to start this one. I think it was that 4th inning is where they more have got to you. How do you kind of just assess an outing like today for yourself?
I thought it was fine. Swing and miss was there. Just one bad pitch. The long balls kind of got me the last however many starts. So got to try and figure out a way to limit that going forward.
Yeah, after your last outing, you talked about just kind of being in tune with yourself. Are you finding that at least consistency, or that, I guess, consistently feeling that into this outing as well?
Yeah, I mean, body's been feeling good, so I'm going to take that as a positive and run with it, no matter kind of what the results of the outing are. Some things are going good, some things are kind of still in the works, trying to figure some stuff out, but it's a positive.
You had a pretty dramatic reaction on that, the home run pitch.
All my home run reactions are pretty dramatic.
You just knew as soon as you let go of it.
I mean, I give up a lot of soft contact, and when they're hit hard, they're normally homers, so I give pretty good reactions.
Dustin May talking about being burned by the long ball recently. His first 5 starts of the year, all in April. He allowed a total of 1 home run. He's now given up a home run in each of his 5 starts here in May. But the bright side, Nomar, he talked about it. He had swing and miss stuff in this game and had his most strikeouts in 3 years.
Yeah, he did have swing and miss stuff. He looked really good. And as he mentioned, he made 1 bad pitch, and it was over the middle, made him pay. But he looked outstanding. We're going to go to the K zone, and we're going to break down Dustin May's performance. Listen, stay off the plate, right? But make them competitive. Look like they're going to be down the middle, and then catch the corners. Well, here it is, 3-2. Okay, there you get the swing and miss. Thank you very much. Maybe help him out a little bit. But look at these pitches right there. Look where they're starting. Look at the run. We know that we have the filthy meter. We know that, but just the way they start. Then you start backdooring the breaking ball. Now you have to get guys leaning over the plate because they're thinking, okay, I can't give up on those pitches because they're going to come back. You get the swing and miss away, but then you do it again with the backdoor breaking ball. But everything on the corners, where they're starting, he is allowing the natural run of his pitches to be effective to work from. But that one, it started off in the middle of the plate, which where you're looking naturally as a hitter when you're ahead in the count, and it comes over the middle of the plate. But what's impressive is look at the way he comes back. Look at this 5th inning. He was still filthy, you know, going out there, catching the corners, still backdooring the breaking ball. And that inning, you know, we're talking about guys trying to get stretched out. We heard Dave Roberts talking about that, stretching guys out, going, he had 90 pitches at that point. Yes, you have that 1-3-0, but he gave up one bad pitch. Now you're looking to see, okay, how is that next inning? How does he bounce back? We saw it there. Really effective, coming back, catching the corners in rhythm. This is one where you maybe let him ride it out a little longer. We're talking about trying to give that bullpen some help. Let him go over them, get over those 100 pitches. We're looking for that. Even one inning will factor in and help out this bullpen because of the stuff he had today.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, you want to see how a guy reacts after giving up that one inning, and he reacted fantastic.
I think the longer he would have went in this game, I think he would have had more movement and more control. I would have loved to see him go out there for that 7th inning, 6th inning as well. He had that type of stuff. Him getting that backdoor breaking ball to work, that is nasty to go along with that front hipper to the lefty. You have those two pitches working against left-handed hitters, he is a nightmare. He made one mistake. If he makes that pitch, same type of pitch, but down, he may get a ground ball, but he left it up on a 1-0 pitch. Credit the hitter, he squared it up. But other than that, he was outstanding.
He was outstanding. And then sometimes you just wait, maybe see how that inning plays out, right? Maybe wonder if the Dodgers may have scored 4 or 5, you know, and then you maybe send him out there. He's got a little bit of a cushion and give him a little bit and see if he's effective once again. And then you're able to save an inning for your bullpen.
All right, he picks up his 2nd straight win, his most strikeouts since August of 2022. Max Muncy, 199 career home runs after this bomb, but he admitted minutes ago he's a little jealous of how easy Shohei makes it look. We've got more reaction from Cleveland coming up. Carl's Jr. moment of the game, Nomar. It is Shohei Ohtani with his Major League leading 20th home run of the year.
He gets a breaking ball, stays back on it, and drives it the other way. I mean, just a pretty swing. I mean, look at that. Look at the way the upper part of his body stays back, stays closed. Even if the hips stay open, he still knows it's like a coil as that front side stays closed, and then he releases.
54 home runs last year for the Big Show. He's on pace for 59, Jerry, his 13th home run here in the month of May.
If this dude ended up getting 60 homers and he's pitching in the second half, I mean, he's already doing all-world stuff. We got to go access 360 and break down this home run. Listen, he does so many amazing things. To be able to go oppo taco here is, I can't believe I'm going to say it's almost surprising, but it's not. It's a breaking ball or a cutter the other way, high, towering drive over that left field wall. Look at him stay square, and he's able to get extended. How is he able to get extended? Because he stays back and fires those hands and hips in unison. That's how he's able to get so much power. I just love his approach. Understanding, you know what, I'm going to shoot the ball the other way, but if he makes a mistake, I can drive over that wall over 362 feet. He's smiling because he realized, okay, I know I'm good. I know I'm one of the best baseball players ever. But sometimes he surprises himself because, as you know, that's a big wall, okay? And it's a long way. To go that way, pretty impressive.
Really impressive.
Well, and Shohei Ohtani is now homered in 3 consecutive games, Nomar, for the 2nd time this month. So this guy, we know he hits it in bunches, and he's been doing that.
I mean, don't be afraid. Let's go 4. I'm just saying. I mean, why not, right? He's already done that. So, no, listen, he looks unbelievable. And really last couple of games, getting him on the board early. But at the same time, you know, they're trying to figure out, do we have to intentional walk? You want an intentional walk to get to Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman? And the other thing is when you get guys on base in the bottom of the lineup. That's what was great about that at bat. You pitch to him because you're like, man, Tommy Edman's already on base. What am I going to intentionally walk Shohei to put a guy in scoring position? So now you have to pitch to him, and he does damage. This is why getting guys on base in front of them, man, will capitalize on the mistake.
What's insane about this, okay, unlike last year, this year he's on a pitching program. He's throwing 2 bullpens a week. He has a light bullpen. Then he still has his throwing program. He has to get to the stadium early. And then he has a bullpen session which maxed out, or he's facing live batters as we've seen. For him to have the strength and the concentration to go out there and continue to perform as a leadoff hitter. Like I said, if this dude hits 60 home runs and then is pitching the way he's going to be pitching, I'm doing 60 push-ups. And 60 push-ups for 60 homers. That's a lot of push-ups, John.
And let's not forget, and a new dad. All of that.
There it is right there. Daddy's strength.
Dad's strength.
Impressive.
Let's go back to Cleveland. Hear from Max Muncy right now with Kirsten and the media.
Does that tell you anything about where your swings at, the path that's right?
I mean, a little bit, but again, like I'm getting to the top of the baseball, which is the important thing, and I've been driving it. Just like I said, I haven't been driving it in the air, and so the other night in New York, 108 just on the ground. Several balls hit hard just on the ground or low line drives, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, just one of those things where you have to kind of weather it.
What were the reads on when you first got on base, stealing second, and then getting home on Andy's little flare?
Yeah, the stolen base was just, felt like I had something on him. Took a chance. Almost didn't work out, but, thankfully it did. And then the read on Andy's ball, I felt like it was going to go over second baseman's head. And so they got really good outfielders with really good arms. And so trying to give myself the best chance possible to score right there.
You mentioned getting the ball in the air. You did have a couple deep flyouts earlier in the game. Did you feel like it was kind of starting to get there?
Yeah, like I said, it was kind of a frustrating night up to that point because I felt like I had several pitches that I should have, driven and just missed them. Still hit them hard, but just missed them getting underneath it. And so, to get that one at the end felt really good.
You look at these last two games, does it feel like complete baseball games from the group? And does it feel like kind of getting back to your guys' true identity on the field?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. It's definitely been better. Offensive side has been great. Pitching's been great. We had two guys get deep into the game for us, and that's always huge. And the bullpen came in and did their job. Not putting too much stress on those guys, and that's the key for us on offense is to, kind of give them a little bit of a lead to work with, and we were able to accomplish that.
You mentioned the offensive side. Shohei's homered in 3 straight games now. What's it like just being in a lineup with him and watching that happen?
It's really cool. A little bit of jealousy, probably. He basically mishits a fly ball today, and it was, 180 off the bat or whatever it was, and still goes out. And so it's just one of those things where he does stuff that no normal human being can do, and it's really fun to watch. It's really fun to see it.
All right, Jay, here, you're going to have a chance to call Shohei Ohtani tomorrow morning because we have just heard from Major League Baseball. Despite the threat of rain, as of now, it is game on at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Bring donuts.
I will bring the donuts.
Access Sportsnet Dodgers is brought to you by Lexus. Experience amazing. Tonight's Arco top-tier stats. Most home runs in franchise history before the month of June. Look at Shohei Ohtani right up there with Belly, and he has 3 more games to go here before the 1st of June. Raul Mondesi back in 1999 had 18 homers, and then Jock Max Muncy a couple of years ago. And the Hall of Famer Roy Campanella did it 17 times as well. Let's go back to Cleveland after a 9-5 Dodgers win. Dave Roberts with Kirsten and the media.
Dave, we obviously see how hard Michael Conforto has been working, and you recently said that you were talking with the hitting coaches, that something had clicked for him as of late, just for him to get the results today. How encouraging is that for you and also for him, even though he is a veteran in this game?
Yeah, I mean, it's just really, I'm sure it was a weight off his shoulders to be able to contribute offensively. I thought the at-bats that he took today, using the big part of the field, I thought the swing looked much better. The bat stayed in the hitting zone much longer. And to get a base hit, to also hit the homer, I really like what I saw, and it's good to see that the work is paying off.
Would you say you found just in these last 2 games you're seeing kind of this, how this team is constructed and the makeup of the group, you're seeing it actually play out in these 2 arguably complete baseball games from these 2 wins?
Yeah, I do. I think that up and down the lineup, I thought we took some really good at-bats, and Bybee is a really good pitcher, and for us to get to him the way we did, certainly get the pitch count up in that 2nd inning, and then do what we did against the bullpen was very good to see, and it is something, shows what we potentially can do as an offense when we put a team approach together, and I thought Dustin did a really nice job making sure he got through that 5th inning, and so that was really good. He made the one bad pitch to Schneemann, but outside of that, I thought he threw the baseball really well. Got another win for him, for us, and I thought Jack and Ben were fantastic again tonight.
How much does it add when Michael and Max can kind of contribute like they did tonight at the bottom of the lineup?
It does. It's big. Certainly not having Will in the lineup tonight, but for Max to do what he does, I think he's been trending in the right direction, and then obviously hitting a homer tonight, and then Tommy against right-handed pitching should be very good, and I think that we're seeing a lot of signs of life, and it just adds that length that we expected, coming into the season.
Unfair that Shohei can miss-hit a ball the other way and still get a home run. Did it look like it was miss-hit to you?
You know what? It wasn't flushed, but it was spun the right way, and it's just one of those balls that when he hit it, it just kept going like a helium ball. And it is true that he has a lot more margin for error than everyone else on the planet. I think maybe him and Judge.
He's had 13 home runs this month. He gets in a streak like that. What does it look like? What does he do?
What he's doing is he's swinging at his strikes, and he's taking balls that are not in the hitting zone. And I think that if you look at that stretch, he's walking a lot more too. And so, when he's willing to take the walk and be ready to hit and balls in his hitting zone, that's where you see kind of the slug and when he gets on a tear.
Usually power-wise, we don't see this from him until June or July. Was there something that you saw maybe in spring training that power-wise he'd be at 20 at this stage?
No, nothing I saw. I do know that he's just been much more disciplined in the strike zone. So, but outside of that, I don't know the reason behind it.
Well, the Dodgers had everybody in the starting lineup tonight, Jerry, have a base hit. And when you have guys like Max Muncy, Michael Conforto, even Tommy Edman doing things at the bottom of the lineup, it does start to look like the lineup that Dave Roberts was hoping he would have this year.
Absolutely. And what you do is you force that pitcher to be in the stretch against Shohei Ohtani. We talk about just doing little things. Tommy Edman, 2 outs, extends it for Shohei Ohtani. 2-run bomb. The little things like that, 2-run bomb, just like that. And then Max Muncy having great at-bats, getting some knocks, getting walks, and then we saw the 3-run home run late. Look at him, chin to pocket, still in the base. When you have 1 through 9 having quality at-bats, it puts so much pressure on the opposition.
Yeah, in today's game, listen, they scored 9. And listen, their guys were upset that they didn't score more because you left guys on base with the bases loaded. Freddie Freeman's going, really? Struck out that moment, and then Tommy Edman hits into that double play there. So they could have put on more runs. And here they had 9, which was an excellent job up and down through the lineup. This is what we expected from them, and hopefully it continues. 16 runs in the first 2 days in Cleveland after just 3 runs the final 2 days in New York. Michael Conforto hit his first home run in 52 days. We've got plenty more reaction coming up. Jerry, maybe even Puig at the zoo. We'll see.
Let's hope.
Nomar, the book on Dalton rushing in the minors, great pop time, great arm, and he's been showing that off here in the big leagues.
Yeah, that he has. I mean, he does have a really strong arm. Not only does he have a strong arm, but it was accurate as well. I mean, those throws right there, just right on the dime, great location. Man, great to see. I'll tell you, the book is going to start spreading more and more. And also, if your pitchers give him a chance, because with that strong arm, really can minimize the running game.
It's so important to have catchers that can throw. You mentioned minimizing the running game. Juan steals that base because he was called safe. Obviously, he was overturned after that challenge. But let's say he's on second base, base hit, 1 runs in, and then now Cleveland has momentum. It's so important to cut down momentum when you can. We have 2 catchers that can throw the ball.
Yeah, and we also have 2 rookies, really unsung heroes of this Dodgers bullpen, Jerry. Jack Dreyer, Ben Casparis, they combined to get 9 outs, and over those 3 innings, they didn't allow a single base runner in this game.
Jack Dreyer from day one. Saw him pitch in Japan. He's felt and acted and looked like a veteran. He comes out of that bullpen pumping strikes. It doesn't matter if it's a righty or lefty. He's going out there, going to command the strike zone, get quick, efficient outs. He has been great. Casparis, really just like Dreyer last season coming up, mid-season, pitching like a veteran. He got the start in the World Series and was unfazed. So I love that we're bringing along young guys that are poised and know they can pitch at the big league level.
Yeah, they've been outstanding. They really have. We talk about young guys embracing the opportunity. Well, that's exactly what these guys have done. They've gone out there and done the job, and hopefully see more of it.
Well, Michael Conforto, hopefully we see more of the bombs he's been hitting like he did tonight for the first time in 52 days. Let's hear more from him with Kirsten and the media.
Well, Michael, you had mentioned just kind of making some adjustments. What would you kind of point to that you think has maybe led to these results in this one today?
I mean, really just putting the time in. We've looked at a lot of different things. You know, some of it's just been the pitches that I've been swinging at. You know, just being a little bit more aggressive early and, you know, just kind of understanding what pitchers are going to do, you know, kind of the patterns I've fallen into. And then the other thing is, you know, every single guy in here is working on their swing and trying to, you know, be more consistent, you know, have the right path to the ball. And so that's kind of, you know, a lot of what we've been working on.
David said that the hitting coach kind of noticed something a couple days ago that kind of clicked for you. Is there anything specific that kind of changed there? Or?
Well, there's been a lot of things that have clicked. You know, in a lot of the work we've been doing, it's just, you know, it's kind of getting that to transfer onto the field, and again, that's kind of where, you know, some of the pitch selection comes in. Like if you're not swinging at the right pitches, but you're, you know, mechanically working well, you know, it just might not show up on the field. So, you know, it's kind of a combination of both, and you know, there's been a few things here and there, you know, making sure I'm loaded up, and trying to work to get the barrel of the bat out in front a little bit more, you know, move my contact point out a little bit, but overall I think it's just been keeping my head down, working hard, and just, you know, trying to bring a better approach to the plate. And I think that's kind of what's been helping.
How much can a night like tonight do, especially after the last couple of weeks where like the contact had been better, but the results still hadn't kind of turned all the way around?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to feel, you know, kind of, you know, yesterday 2 walks, good pitch selection, another walk today, you know, and to hit a ball hard and see it leave the park. It's kind of everything that we've been working on. So, you know, I mean, just got to show up tomorrow and be ready to go and you know, prepare the same way and, you know, just keep working to just be consistent out there and be a tough out.
We asked you this before, but how do you stay focused, keep your head up, not beat yourself up too much through this?
You need help. For sure. I mean, you need great teammates, and you know, we definitely saw like these guys are firing me up. They're keeping me positive, keeping me smiling, and you know, obviously, I mean, with family and friends as well. I mean, you know, sometimes this game can be brutal. You know, there's a lot of failure, and you just got to have a good support system, and just remember who you are, and you know, that's what I've been trying to do.
Yeah, that's the hard part, though, isn't it? To remember who you are and doubt anything about the results not coming.
I mean, you know, all I can control is the approach that I bring up there, and you know, if I hit it hard, someone catches it, I just, you know, I got to flush it, and I got to show up and try to do it again. Honestly, you know, I found a hole in my first at bat, you know, a ground ball through the left side, and you know, I kind of started my day and you know, kept my confidence high, and you know, just looking to, you know, continue to, you know, go out there and just, you know, be a tough out.
Did you like the double sunflower seed treatment from Teo and Kike when you got back to the dugout?
I loved it. Yeah, I loved it all. I heard Kike as soon as I hit the ball, screaming. So, you know, he's been awesome, and the rest of the guys been awesome. So, you know, they've kept it fun while it's been tough.
Clayton Kershaw's made 2 starts, and the weather gods did not cooperate last week. Went 2 innings in a rain-shortened start last Friday in New York, and now weather's in the forecast for tomorrow's game in Cleveland. Weather permitting, it will be his 3rd start of the season. He's only pitched 6 innings so far, Jerry. So how do you expect Kersh to approach this one tomorrow?
Well, hopefully he is able to pitch 5-6 innings. You can't control the weather. What you can't control is how you're prepared. We know nobody prepares like Clayton Kershaw. I love his short outing he had in New York. It looked like he had complete command of his pitches early. Hopefully he gets a chance to demonstrate that in Cleveland.
He can't control the weather. It's Clayton Kershaw. All the stuff he's done, and he can't control the... No. He can't. Listen. Hopefully, the weather, holds off just enough. We always say there's always a window. Hopefully, there's a window long enough for Clayton Kershaw to go out there and do his thing.
There is a window in the afternoon. We don't know how hard it's supposed to rain, Nomar, but when you show up to the ballpark and you already know the night before that weather is in the forecast, how do you approach that as a player?
You know what? You assume you're playing. That's it. You don't think anything about it. You don't assume you're not playing. You always assume that you're playing. Go out there, come to the ballpark, and be prepared. It might be one of those where you're saying, score early because we can get out here in the 5th.
That's the key right there. Score early. You never know what the weather's going to do.
All right, Dodgers hope to finish off the road trip with a sweep of the Guardians, weather permitting. For Jerry, Nomar, and Kirsten, I'm John. Thanks for watching. Pre-game tomorrow, 9:30, right here on Sportsnet LA.
今日は本当に理想的な野球でしたね。打線は1番から9番まで全員が安打を放ち、投手陣も要所を締めてくれました。特にマイケル、コンフォート選手の笑顔が印象的でした。52日ぶりのホームランで重荷が下りた表情が伝わってきましたね。大谷翔平選手の59本ペースという驚異的な数字にも注目です。このまま60本塁打も夢ではありませんね。明日は天候が心配ですが、カーショー投手が好投すればスイープで気持ちよく帰路につけそうです。それでは次回の動画でお会いしましょう。さようなら。